welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Thursday the 4th of December, I think, and I think full moon in Gemini. I say I think because I'm in the kitchen in the rain. I've got Mini Cat here. Hi Mini Cat. Mini Cat's decided, she is a Pisces, she decided she really likes sitting in on tarot, haven't you, sweetheart? And she's got a winter coat on, so she's fluffed up like a little chipmunk on the windowsill. Her daughter, Diablo, had peed on a mini food processor this morning. That was the start to my day. I've decided I need to treat it with a sense of humour. What choice do I have? Okay, the vet rang me today as well. How's she getting on with her medication? I was like, well, she peed on a mini food processor. She was like, I know. Hey ho. Okay, so because you've got a full moon in Gemini, which I love a moon in Gemini either way, because it's quite a chatty moon. It's a little bit starting to communicate things that have been festering in the mulchy puddle of leaves that has been Scorpio season. So it feels like a tonic. And I'm going to do 3 Shaman's Dream cards because they're calling out to me. Ooh, alrighty. Yes, you. Do check out your monthly readings. They are coming out. There's like, usually one every day comes out. And they're in a playlist underneath the video. If you do view them, please do give them a hype if you like them. Oh my God, this is a lot. It really, really helps them in the YowTube algorithm. Try not to call it LubeTube like I did in one of the readings last month. I know. I'm going to get something made with that on it. I put it in the background with the logo. Oh my God, okay. Alrighty, I get that. Love these cards. It's also really raining, so you may hear pitter patters. All my cats are nuts because they've got that thing a bit like kids, you know, when you do wet playtime and they're all like going in the cat flap, going out of the cat flap, I'm back in, towel me off. Biggie's like that. She's always, hi, towel me off. She's got her own personal towel. I have to sit there and towel her off. She's like, wet shave please, I love you. Get my ears. Anyway. We get this bad boy, closing doors. I like this. I like anything that has a kind of sparkly glow, to be fair. Completion. I do feel like, and we won't truly know until the next cycle of Mercury retrograde, because that's for me how Mercury retrogrades work. You sort of bounce from one cycle to the next and it picks up the thread from the last one. It's a bit like, I suppose, with my very limited knowledge, a bit like knitting, you know, where you sort of drop a thing and go through a hoop and then pull. That could be crocheting, could be both. Anyway, closing a door, there is a sense of completion. It's a bit messy. We're a bit wind-strewn. It's, you know, when you learn things, it's not a clean process usually. If you learn something cleanly, it tends not to stick, actually. If you learn something which has loads of sort of, that is, I'm trying to imagine what you could call it. For some reason, I'm thinking of a cell. If it's a cell or loads of spikes coming out of it, it's going to stick to stuff. Where did that come from? Okay, so closing door, completion. You may wish to slam it. I wouldn't. It appears that the closing of the door is the opening of something else. Then we have beloved, which is radical acceptance. Oof. Radical acceptance. Let's have a little look in the book. I already sort of know. I just don't like it. You don't have to like it, that's the thing, isn't it? It just is what it is. Okay, radical acceptance. Okay, blah, blah, blah. This is okay. The beloved may not be a person. It could be a business venture, a project, or an adventure. So it's like the next thing. Now that you've closed that door, you're like, you know, what's the shiny? What can you see ahead of you? Calling for your full attention, 2 feet in. Excuse me. Love it, let it light you up, and give it your all. Surrender to this truth and know that you're gaining a passport to bliss. A passport to Bliss Town, please. Even when it feels like you're being consumed by the fire of the beloved, which it kind of looks like that you're closing the door on a bit of a fire. I know it's sparkly and everything, but it still made me think of that. I thought, don't slam it, because that would be like Steven Seagal or whatever it was in Backdraft. Do you know what I mean? Do not hold back or be afraid. You will emerge transformed. Surrender is the key. Allow yourself to be loved. Usher the harsh critic out of the door. Cheers! And shut your eyes and ears to the judgments of others. No thank you. Who have not been ignited by the divine blaze consuming me. This is definitely a conversation to have with your boss. So what's been up with you lately, Gemma? Well, you've not been ignited by the divine blaze that's consuming me. Maybe not. For they will only attempt to douse your fire and leave you choking on the smoke. Be careful not to be seduced by false promises, or falling prey to your extraordinary ability to sabotage your dreams and desires. Thank you. Top of the class in that one. Sync with and sink into, see what she did there, and trust your sense of what is true, and you will know what to do. The true beloved is never false. Every gift proffered is valuable. Recognize the many faces of the beloved and welcome them into your heart. You will be so glad you did. Okay. And the third and final card in this Gemini full moon, I hope it is in Gemini. I haven't got the moon diary because it's upstairs and that's in another country, is the Dragon's Hoard. Protecting the future. Now, I don't know a lot about dragons' hoards. I think there's something to do with Beowulf type times, and I think that I remember Smaug in The Hobbit having a load of gold in a hoard. I know that poets and whoever the bard of the castle was used to say used to call it a word hoard, that they had a hoard of words that they could dip into. So it's like a kind of a deposit, like, you know, gilt deposit boxes, you know, piles of gold, places where you've shored up security in something. But it's quite important. There's nearly always a story about somebody getting really windy about protecting it, you know, and becoming utterly obsessed with protecting it. It's not there. Well, it says protecting the future, but it's not there. It's not a guarantee. And it's not to be treated with the anxiety of needing a guarantee. That's a channeled message. It's more a treasure chest. Something pleasurable, but hard won and gathered, which can be dipped into at times when it's needed. So this might be the times when you're gathering the treasures, whether they're memories, whether they're you're learning something new, or whatever you're gathering, you know, good feels, doesn't matter what it is. And you're putting it into your deposit box of your life to protect your future. For some of you, it could be literal, like saving a couple of quid a week, or getting a jar and putting pound coins in it, or whatever, or even, you know, boosting your stocks and shares. Like, some people do that. Whichever your version of that is, okay? Know that you're adding to it, know that it will come in useful later, and know that you're closing the door on something and opening the door on something else, okay? Without trying to burn down the house. Deep reading today, folks. Happy full moon in Gemini. Check out your monthlies and I'll see you soon. Namaste.